Good morning, Americans, Patriots. How you doing? Well, today's July 31st, 2024. If you don't, August was a hot month for news because, let's face it, never again will we see a presidential assassination attempt and someone stepping down as the incumbent from the opposite party in an 8-day period ever again. I mean, what are the odds of that happening again? But we did. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get an honest investigation from the Secret Service or the FBI because, as I said, anyone with law enforcement experience will tell you, when they start changing the story several times and the timeline several times, and both agencies are doing this, you're not going to get an honest investigation. You're not. And when you consider Kim Cheeto pretty much threw everyone under the bus about 10 days ago in a hearing, and one of the persons she threw on the bus was her replacement, Rob Rowe, who the first thing they did was thank Kim Cheeto's years and years of service to our country, and it was a pretty bad start for him. Which tells you one thing: he's knee deep in this as well. Oh, actually, not knee deep, eyeball deep in this crap as well. And he is here to clear up the mess that she made. And as Dan Bongino said a couple of days ago, because he's been on top of this before anyone else, the email deletes and the text deletes are coming. And you should have known that when Kim Cheeto says, I have a timeline, but not a detailed timeline. Because that was basically, give me time to erase and edit everything I want you to see, which is the whole thing, and then we'll present it to you. Well, that's going to be Rob Rowe's job, apparently. And if you don't think they're going to use the 25th Amendment of Joe Biden or this, if you saw that show, Sunday show, this week at ABC with Martha Raddatz, they interviewed one of the Pennsylvania law enforcement teams, the sniper teams, and say they had no contact with the Secret Service whatsoever. They didn't give them any details of anything. They didn't communicate them much of anything. This is pretty devastating news. And who is the ultimate commander-in-chief of the Secret Service? Because they're the executive branch? Joe Biden. They are setting it up right now to get rid of Joe Biden using the 25th, whether you like it or not. And this is also going to help set up the downfall of Kamala Harris, because if they use the 25th of him, she becomes president. She is now the official incumbent president. And because, let's face it, the media cannot prop her up enough. With all the donations that they're trying to flood into her popularity still sucks. Right now, the media is trying to desperately erase her history. Heck, if you go on Google it, just try to erase the Donald.Trump assassination attempt. It was about a few days later when Mark Zuckerberg said that what Trump did after he got shot was one of the most badass things he ever did, and now Facebook and Meta are trying to keep that picture from being posted over and over again. What does that tell you? They got new orders. Get rid of this as much as you can. And I'm telling you, if it does go that way, expect a false flag, big time terrorist attack at any time while Harris is president or Biden. They may use that with the Secret Service thing to get rid of Biden, and they may use Kamala Harris to see how she can handle it. And I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised if she can't handle it. They don't make her the nominee at the convention in about 19 days. They know Kamala isn't popular, even though Biden loved her because, let's face it, she's a DEI hire. And because she's a DEI hire and she owes a lot of people, she's going to do what anyone says. And that's what they like about her. They can control her. She's not qualified. No one likes her. Her staff has had a high turnover rate because she treats people like crap. Or what do you expect from someone who's been get to the top by on her knees and lay on her back most of her life. Even Willie Brown said he stopped dating her because she knew she was dangerous. And he tossed her away too, like most of these modern women. But expect August to be real hot. Don't be surprised if we get that terrorist attack, that man-made, government-made terrorist attack, any day now, right before the convention. I can easily see it happening. Am I going to give a date? No, it's impossible. I can't give dates. But we are going to have one. And they're going to use those events to try to get rid of Kamala too, either with Big Mike, a.k.a. Michelle Obama, or Hillary Clinton. Never count the Clintons out. As long as those people are alive and breathing, never count them out. Because, listen, that's Satan's mistress right there. And she will do anything to have that seat of power and help finish her job Barack Obama started back in 2009. In other news, it seems like Nicolas Maduro is claiming victory on an election he pretty much didn't win. And it seems like that female candidate, I'm trying to think, I think her name is Gonzalez. They're both claiming victory. The exit polls had her winning a landslide, and somehow Maduro got 51% of the vote. And one of Maduro's gangs, I can't remember the name of the gang is, but who were faithfully serving him are now sick of him and they're not telling him to step aside. And it seems like Maduro is launching a lot of police and military to squash this whole thing in this so-called transition of power. And the ironic thing is you get Anthony Blinken up there saying we think this election was fixed. Oh boy. Meanwhile, he was behind the last fixed election in this country. But this is what we're dealing with here. Meanwhile, you have Chinese and Russian bombers flying by the Russian-Alaskan border in the Shoal Strait. You have 3 Russian Navy ships in Havana, Cuba right now. And you gotta wonder, since you know Dementia Joe is out of it, who is running the country? Who's making these calls here? Is it Joe Biden? Is it Hunter Biden? Is it Blinken? Is it Obama? But boy, are we gonna have one sizzling hot August. And it's only gonna get hotter and hotter as we get close to November 5th, which is about 97 days away now. They've been saying 97 days to election, 79 days to inauguration, his first 100 days in office. We're going to have, the next 280 days should be super duper intense. At that, you have banks disappearing and closing shop all over the world. They're saying they've ordered the U.S. Marshals to go in and protect the U.S. Treasury and board it up. Something which is not really in their directives or policy and procedure. And Donald Trump just recently went to a Bitcoin conference saying that Bitcoin is going to be a big part of the U.S. future as well as a gold standard, which I've been saying forever. It has to be gold. It is the currency of the Bible. It's the currency the heavens made. It's the only currency that would ever work, precious metals. So put your comments down below. What's your opinion like to know? Keep the country in prayer. We'll talk to you later.